It is another Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha, our producer's here. Hello, Sam.
Hi.
The air conditioner has lost its mind.
It's a little manic.
Well, it's cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, and we can't stop it. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know to change. Like, what do we do?
Rip it out of the wall.
I think we got. I think we just got to go.
Just a nest. I mean,
but
can't you go on there and
we did
just program it?
And it doesn't take our programming.
It doesn't like us.
Yeah,
the
you guys
robots
don't have
are
a guy.
against
You
us.
just be like, hey, it's really hot in
We
here.
have a
Someone
landlord.
calls, come right up
Well,
there
we
and
got
fix
an
it.
AC company.
We got an AC Hey, I saw their new commercials, and I don't know why I didn't think about this, but our AC company that we love is American Air and Heat. They have new TV commercials where it's awesome. I'm going to steal this for our ads. They'll make our ads better. We just say, American Air and Heat. They do a whole commercial now where they're like
TV.
TV ads, and then they go.
Who's watching that?
They go, give me that sweet, sweet American Air. It's awesome. I love the commercials. It's so good. It's got a Lee Greenwood kind of a vibe going. Hey, the Sanford 2 is here today.
Sanford
everybody.
2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we
Yes.
lost
We're down one.
We lost the larger of the three.
Right.
Paul is not with us today.
Busy.
He sent his minions instead.
His minions. He sent the cowboy and he sent me.
Yeah, you.
The dick and the cowboy.
Dustin's here. I saw you modeling for Wild Wild West End.
He looks damn good in a cowboy hat.
A beer.
Yeah, you look.
Not modeling at all. Just drinking a beer naturally.
But you had your leg up on like.
You had cowboy boots on.
I'm
too.
surprised he
that's how
did
you
not wear
stand.
that hat today. I was gonna text him like, dude, you gotta wear the hat.
It didn't
man.
look bad, and you had your leg up on the wall like cowboys do when they're drinking a beer. Like also like any plywood cutout of a cowboy that's painted black that somebody has on a lamppost. You
Yeah.
look like that.
That was it.
Absolutely.
Also, the only other time I've seen that used is George Michael in the video for Faith. He puts his leg on the.
He's sitting
on
up
the
against
jukebox.
building.
I
Yeah.
get
on
a
the
lot of my
jukebox.
inspiration from him.
Yeah, I figured.
Just throughout life in general.
But let's talk a little bit about Wild Wild West End. What is this, and like how can I be involved in this?
Ooh, show up. It's a new honky tonk saloon in
Yeah,
Sanford.
it is.
We're open, baby.
Yeah,
it's
it
amazing.
Do you
I
have
can't-
line dancing?
No, real cowboys don't line dance. We
Yeah,
teach
it's
that.
more like a. It's more like a.
I
like
wanted country in the front, rap in the back, like the old
No,
Jesse's Buck.
It's like a
That was
mullet.
a horrible business
I
plan, by the
loved
way.
it.
Wasn't there a place in Ocala that did that? Too?
Well,
Yeah.
small Florida
Doo-doo
towns.
Dixie.
Doo-doo
Doo-doo
Dixie.
Dixie.
Small Florida towns.
My
They
wife came out of the bathroom. There's so much blood on the walls.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
There was blood
Yeah.
all over.
Some lady was having her cycle,
Wow.
and when it, yeah,
It was all over.
it was everywhere.
That
yeah.
kind of same thing happened to me on the airplane yesterday, but it was duty.
Dude, don't say duty.
So
That's
this-
when I know he's not lying.
So this guy's walking up to back to his seat from using the bathroom, and this old woman's chasing him down. What did you do to the bathroom?
Why she's chasing him down like he's a terrorist.
Yeah, and he's like, it wasn't me. I didn't do it. It was hilarious.
On the plane? That's
Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
What,
And I'm sitting-
destroyed it?
That'll also kill your high if you're up there and you try to chill out.
Oh,
you see
man.
these people yelling.
I was sitting next to these two women from St. Thomas, and they were laughing so hard because they caught it all. And I was like watching my little TV
Talking
or
about the
whatever.
duty.
They tapped me, and they're like, "This guy just blow up the bathroom," and talking about how
Blow up
there's
the bathroom,
duty
blow up the
everywhere.
bathroom.
Yeah, it's a new tune. So I'm writing new music now, and
That would be a good dude.
All right, lots to talk about. First, the last time I saw Dom was at the hurricane party. It was 11
He
a.m.
looked really stressed out.
He was stressed out to the max.
He's like, I don't have time to talk to you guys.
You hadn't slept, and then you told me you fly out first thing tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the hurricane party hadn't even started yet.
out of control.
So obviously the hurricane party, huge success.
Yeah.
Which I gotta say, I did make a bet, or at least yell at everybody at the live podcast that nobody was gonna last till midnight. Because the hurricane party went till 2 a.m. and
Yeah.
everybody was already drinking at 11.
Oh yeah,
when
they were
got
drinking
there.
at the live podcast.
I
yeah.
support
Yeah.
that. I mean, like, why?
Absolutely.
You know, like, if I'm going to start drinking,
It's your day
right,
off, yeah.
right around 9 a.m. is the perfect time to have that first beer. Actually, 8:30. I'm being serious. I love morning drinking.
And
I love it.
I got a message from Norm, I think last night, with a picture of them all. It was like 1:30 in the morning,
Wow.
and half of the people at our podcast were still there.
Yeah. They also were
And I was like,
nude.
how did you guys make it?
They
Like,
did it.
I was thinking the same thing because when we played like around midnight,
Yeah.
and the venue was slam packed, dude. It was slam packed.
Ridiculous. in
Yeah,
there.
everybody said that it just got better and better as the day went on.
Yeah.
But I just didn't
And
know
then
how
the-
they lasted.
The women
while
started
drinking
taking
for
their
12
shirts off,
hours.
and they
It
were
was
just
insane.
running around in their bras.
It was crazy. So we that totally happened.
Yeah, it's like it was
but-
so hot.
Yeah, you know the Agrolites went on, and Pastfire, Agrolites, Les and Jake, all those guys went on, and I mean, yeah, like you said, like as the day progressed, it kind of got cooler out, and the bands got bigger and bigger, and man, it really was a great time. It was a blast.
I just didn't know how anybody lasted that long. Like 12 hours
Lots of booze, man.
of
Well, at
day
some point you
drinking.
gotta stop.
Well, that's the why
That'll
I'm
make me not
surprised.
last. Yeah.
Well, at
In
some
the
point you
heat?
got to stop, and it's hard. Like once you've done, like for me, I start at 8:30. By 11, I've had 5 beers, which is too much. Then I got to eat, right? So I got to eat early lunch.
Then you get tired.
Then I get tired. Then I got to slap my cheeks, caffeinate
Yeah.
for a couple hours. Then I start drinking again. But then then when that tired comes, it comes like the Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
This
that's
time when it
you-
comes, it's like beckoning you to hell.
You gotta snort an Adderall or something,
Yeah.
like, or
Oh,
some
right?
Coke.
Yeah.
That's the only way to last. I mean,
Coca-Moca.
there's no way to
Coco
go.
gotta
Moco.
pace
That's with
yourself
the egg
with
on
the
top,
yeah,
right?
yeah, cocaine with an egg on top.
Yeah.
Speaking
Speaking of cocaine, so we went to St. Thomas.
yeah.
And we literally, I mean, 4 or 5 hours after I got done with Hurricane Party, I literally had to go to the airport, hop on the plane, go to St. Thomas, and then we had kind of the day off for the first day, and then the next day is when we played. We played on a huge catamaran that's hooked up to an island, anchored to an island, and then you got probably 120, 150 boats all posted up in front of us, people in the water, all in front of the stage, and we brought Jesse from the Agrolites with us too, which was awesome. I got to pick one of my heroes' brains for like 3 or 4 days. It was awesome.
What was this
Yeah,
party
he looked
called
like he
again?
was having fun in the photos too. Like he
Man,
needed it,
dude.
you know?
It was his birthday.
Oh, that's cool.
The day before yesterday was his birthday, and we got to spend his birthday with him. He hopped on stage and played some songs with us, bro.
That's great. I
Like,
didn't even get to meet him because we were
he
we had
is
such
such
a
a
tight
dude,
schedule.
man. He is such a dude. We're the
Awesome.
same, like literally the same age. He's like 3 years older, 3 days older than me, or something like
That's
that.
crazy.
We had all this stuff in common. We got along really well, so it was awesome.
This
Awesome.
sounds like the coolest concert. It's on a catamaran in St. Thomas, and
It's called Rock the Boat.
yeah, Rock the Boat. I know we talked to
John Ghazi.
John
Yeah.
Ghazi
Yeah, I
about
saw
it.
some footage of him actually playing, and I was like, that looks like something I want to be a part of.
Epic.
And are people in the water hanging out too, or just on
Yeah,
the boats?
so the lovely people at Boat, the boat boards, love those things.
yeah.
So they've got inflatable big rafts that are like sturdy enough to stand and sit on. You know what I mean? So we have a bunch of those in the front, and then literally, I mean, all these massive boats that you're just like, that engine costs $200,000.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's 6 of them. Oh, sweet. Yeah.
Right.
Awesome.
Is
Yeah.
it like a
Ridiculous boats.
I mean, these beautiful boats, like boats that you could, yachts. I mean, literally,
Yeah.
literal yachts.
Is it old millionaires with young hot chicks? That's what I imagine. Like they bring somehow a bunch of like young partiers to party, but the people that can afford that boats are old,
yeah,
right?
like Jerry Jones.
Sure. I mean,
So
it's
He
Jerry
don't like
Jones
reggae. He
It's
don't
a
like
big
and
reggae.
some cuties, right?
He's
It
not
really is a big
salting
mix.
his
Don't
egg
say cuties.
McMuffin. You see Jerry Jones. He's on his yacht in St.
Yeah.
Thomas, salting his egg McMuffin and listening to reggae.
Right.
Can't see it
Yeah,
happening.
yeah.
Yeah, there's people of like all types of people. Plus, you have the boat captains that are chartering people out there. You got just small boats that make it out there. There's like little dinghies that get all the way out. I don't know how.
I'm
they get
only
out.
familiar with the tourist tour guide captains, and those captains just want my wife to drink a lot of rum punch and see her boobs.
I love
You know,
Captain.
yeah, but they're
I love
not the
Captain
owners
Ron.
of
That's
the
a great
boats.
movie.
like
They're
tour-
paid employees.
Yeah, they're just the employees. The
Yeah,
tour guide captains just want my wife to pull them out.
Yeah. The owners of the boats are old
Old white
rich.
guys, yeah.
There we go. I mean,
Do
the
you
boats
see
cost
any of those
$1.5
guys,
million.
or-
Absolutely, and then they got like 50 people that are their best friends.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, you're taking a boat out, sweet.
How do they? Can anybody just pull up and walk?
Anybody can pull
So
up,
it's free.
post up. Yeah, I mean, what's encouraged is kind of like donations and stuff like that.
Help the artists
Plus,
out.
like everything else we do, we have like 500 sponsors that are just huge. Big sponsors of Captain Morgan. We had Heineken. I mean, there's a whole bunch of different things that go into it, just like any other thing. Yeah.
Is this something that's going to be happening every year?
No, I'm telling you guys, next time we do it, you guys have to come. Like,
Why don't we do it? Let's go.
dude, bring your wives with you.
Let's
like,
bring
couple
your
days.
boat.
Why?
That's the adventure, though. The adventure
Because I
is you
promised
and
mine,
I.
yeah.
Yeah,
'cause
well, I'll
Sam
drive
ain't-
my boat.
Yeah, exactly. Sam ain't gonna do this.
Your boat isn't gonna make it.
Oh, it'll
It'll
make
make
it.
it.
It'll make. That thing's fast. It's overpowered. First
Don't
of
know.
all,
Never been on it.
It's overpowered. The engine, right?
I can use Google Earth and
Yeah.
then
Nothing
the
will happen.
little blue dot, and
Well,
I
yeah.
can just go to
I'm
I've
St.
sure
seen
it'll
Thomas.
you
be
miss crossed your exit on I-4 too many times.
We'll be fine. I trust this man. I'll follow him to hell. We'll take all the life jackets out to make it faster.
Well, you gotta
Take all the life jackets out because we're going to streamline this thing. We'll take out the radio, everything. We're going to make it
big
fast.
drum of gas on the
Yes.
back too.
No, in the center of the boat.
A trailer.
And I'll just be funneling it in there. I'll be scooping it in if we need it. I'll be the
yeah.
engineer. I'll be checking the, because I'm good at monitoring things. You just drive.
Yeah,
So speaking of St. Thomas, I have here in my hand a photo of one of the members in my band sitting on the
That's
toilet
so mean.
sleeping. So,
you got hurt.
so I've been torn
damages.
all day today to should I post it or should I not post it?
Do not post it, but make it your new EP's album cover. Because it'll sell a lot. If you order now, right? You do that. Make it
What
called
do your people think?
Oh, they want to
here?
sell the animals. They want to see it.
Do they want to see it? Do they think I should put it up? And plus, I mean, like, it's not me, so it's somebody else.
Oh,
So It's one of the other four guys. So, I mean,
It's
so-
really a compromising position too, man. It's sad, and it's a good photo.
Yeah,
Whoever took it, you framed it well.
You can't see D and B. I mean, you're fine.
Did you take that photo? You
I
obviously
did not.
know your
I got
law
it
of
sent to me.
thirds.
I got it sent to me this morning at 5:00 in the morning.
Oh.
Was it just like a partied out scenario, or was it like because your schedule was running hard? I mean,
Knowing
was
this
it
member,
2 hours of sleep?
he was just partied out and he was tired, and
Yeah.
he just literally. This guy could fall asleep at any
Yeah,
any
tell that to
position.
Taylor
What other
Hawkins.
reasons do you
Yeah.
have to fall asleep on a toilet besides partied out?
No, I know.
Is there any
You
other
know,
reason?
Elvis, his heart gave out.
Maybe he was.
They're dead. They're
Yeah,
dead.
like I think it could be a death. That's why, I made an inappropriate joke, but I'm just saying that is a way you die.
Actually, just two reasons: party out, dead.
Yeah.
You don't
Party
just you don't just
No,
fall asleep.
there's one more, but it doesn't.
Food poisoning.
It doesn't work with adults. No, children fall asleep on toilets all the time.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
I feel like dumb old men do too.
That's close to dead.
Well, that's
Right.
only
It's close
because
to
we
death.
get
I
bored
feel
on
like-
TikTok and then things off a little.
Yeah, but it's like, when do you fall asleep with your head? Like, how do people fall asleep with just their head down? Like, that is
I
close
can't do
to
it.
death.
I can't sleep with my head down.
Like, I get tired. I'm like, I have
Actually-
to lay down.
Now that I look at it more,
Wow.
there's it's
Oh,
a
there's
video.
video.
Oh, that's
Oh,
my
you're
God.
so stoned. You
Dumb man
didn't.
didn't know
No,
that video.
hold on. Dom is so
Oh my
stoned. He
God,
did
it's
not
a
realize
video.
there was a video.
Oh my God!
Did you know that your
Oh.
name, DOM, stands
I
for
can't.
dumb old man?
Oh my God!
Someone took a picture
Oh.
and photoshopped a big white triangle in the middle.
Oh, this is a video
Who would
of
Photoshop
them.
a play button on my pictures?
This is a video of them waking him up,
Oh, on
saying,
the potty.
"Get off the toilet
Get-
because someone else needs to use it."
Oh, go outside. Leave the man alone.
Where do you guys
He's at his
stay when
lowest
you're out
point.
there? Like, you got
Oh
friends?
man, that's what's even crazier, dude. We stay in this we always call it the super villa, and it's like a 6 or 8 bedroom place.
Is
And
it like an Airbnb or is it someone's
It's like
house?
Champions
it's-
Gate, Jamaica.
Yeah, it's one of those vacation homes that one of the sponsors provides.
Nice.
And dude, the common area is bigger than my house, probably times 2, and
Jesus.
it's insane. And then
What do you got,
all
like
the-
a little Orlando house?
I mean, yeah, you know,
Like a regular little- yeah, like
two-story,
what I had. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
a little thing.
Yeah,
This
like
place,
what we all got.
It's like both the stories of my house connected, where the living room and TV room and fireplace and
Fireplace.
dude, it's
Insane.
it's funny. It's not
pretty
like a
cold nights.
fireplace, but it's like a big mantle where I guess a TV would go if you
Yeah.
were normal, but they don't have a TV in the place. We had to literally somebody was MacGyvering the Boston game the other night at the Boston and Miami game.
Oh,
like,
right on.
Hey, does anybody have any needle nose pliers? I gotta think.
That is the thing I think that would bother me living on the island is that I'm not going to have super consistent lightning speed internet.
That's
and
why I'm here right
streaming
now and not still there like the other guys. Yeah.
Really?
Oh, the other guys are still there.
How long are they there for?
I think they fly home tomorrow. I think.
Oh my God.
Well, that's
Flying
why you
home
go to the island.
hungover is terrible.
Get the hell away from the internet. I'm done with the internet. I can live my rest of my life without it.
It's pretty terrible.
You love TikTok.
Nah,
You know what's
I'm done with it.
What's
It's
bothering me though are these new
garbage.
guys on. You mentioned it, Sam. You mentioned TikTok and Instagram. It's bad too, where there's a certain select group of people, namely this one guy I follow called like Dr. Meat, and then this other guy called the Liver King, and these guys are just dudes that like only. Their narrative is that they only eat animal products, namely the liver, raw liver out of different animals, and beef, like low-fat beef. They don't eat any vegetables. They say the vegetables give out defense chemicals because no vegetable, this is what they say. They say no vegetable wants to be consumed. that throughout the period of a plant's life, it is doing nothing, its leaves especially. Kale, he says, is the number one contender. You should not eat kale, and he documents this with different articles and tests. He says, kale gives off a defense chemical that is bad for your digestion, it's bad for your body, that you should be like elevated alpha animals and only eat meat and liver and testicles because those have the highest concentration of actual diffusible vitamins that go into your body. And this is what this guy says.
Testicles. Huh?
So I only follow these guys. That's all I get is just guys talking about eating raw liver. And I'm like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing?
I like how I've seen these guys.
Yeah,
and
I
I've
wondered
seen the
if
Liver
you
King.
see Liver King is he is a
He's
phenomenon.
on straight roids.
He's like gigantic.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
he
I
does.
know
Like, if
exactly
that's
who he
what eating
With a
liver
beard.
does, then sign
No.
me up. But, like, it's not.
No,
That's
if
what
that's
it's-
what eating liver does, no thank you.
Well,
You
it's
don't need
not.
to look like
I
that.
think all that much liver would give me the gout, and I would not be a
Yeah.
happy camper
a
anyway.
lot of gout.
Oh, Tom's just leaving. Well, who's here?
I don't know.
What's happening?
He grabbed his stomach and he walked out like he had to
Perhaps
poop.
our next guest, but I didn't realize the door was locked.
Oh, right on.
Oh, sorry, everybody.
That's all good.
False alarm?
No,
Yeah, it's all right. They can wait.
So yeah, let's eat some liver after this. And see
Yeah,
what
well,
it
so
is.
that's all I get on the TikTok. I only get the and I was going to ask you what you guys think
So-
about that. Is that something you could do? I don't think I could do
Oh,
it.
absolutely not. But on the TikTok thing, though, we have a new thing. So if you're single and you meet somebody, you need to take their phone and look at the first, like, 5 for your page TikTok videos because you can get a really good idea of what type of person they are.
Okay.
It's amazing what other people's for your page is versus what mine is, kind of thing.
Okay.
Well, the
So-
algorithm
Exactly, like,
starts
it-
learning about you.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
and some of the things that you see about other people, we've been doing this a lot in Sanford, Christina Hollerbach and all of us. We go around and just look at each other's first, like, 10 videos, and it's amazing. You learn so much about the people.
Okay.
Although
Turns out a lot
I
of
don't
Sometimes
have
they'll
a
throw you a
TikTok because I'm not
curveball,
a
though.
13-year-old kid.
That's why you have to do like 10 because you got to get a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
rhythm
yeah.
going of like, all right, I see what you're about.
it's skewed because it doesn't know my emotional response to the video. It just knows the time I watched it.
But
And-
it's gauging your emotional response based
It's
on the amount
gauging
of
your
time.
interest, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's where it's skewed or flawed because I'll watch something that's horrible that I'm not even interested in just because I'm curious of why it's like gave it to me.
Do they roll curiosity into that? Because that's still a construct you can measure, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't like it. But I won't scroll past it immediately. I'll look at it and be like, what is this? And then
Because you do kind of like it.
Yeah, because
don't like
yeah,
it.
but
No, but
you
you
do
kinda
because
do.
you're
You
waiting
kinda
it
do.
out. Yeah, the
Yeah,
curiosity is
because
keeping you
do
there.
kind of like it.
Is my point. If the next time you get that video, you'll probably swipe it, right?
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
if
it's
you see
just-
the same guy doing the same video, you'll be like, oh, I don't like that guy.
You're going to see 6 fishing videos on mine, but then you're going to see one of those like cop audit videos, which I don't care. I don't want to see it, but I'm curious to see if he's going to get arrested or not. So maybe I will finish it. You know, like,
Yeah.
maybe I will watch it. Though.
See, this is a man that's honest with his curiosity.
Yeah.
You gotta weigh that in, I think.
That's why he wears that cowboy hat, dude.
So gotta get that back.
back to the Wild Wild West End. The place is beautiful, by the way, and I can't
It's
believe
really cool.
how fast you guys got it done because
So fast.
Oh, man.
It's
I-
worth dropping
Wild.
by just to see the mural of Patrick
Oh,
Swayze
that
on the
mural
wall.
is amazing.
it was
And Sam
nothing.
Yeah.
And then a fully functioning brand new bar.
3
and-
days later.
It was fast.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Like
Eat your heart out, bar
I
rescue.
mean, the paint on his hair was still wet when
Yeah.
I walked in there. It's
And
I
crazy.
think my favorite part about it is the window cutout and then the whole patio as well. You know, that's part of the
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the
the
outdoor,
outside
the
version,
big barn
yeah.
door that opens up for the bar outside.
Yeah, no, it's great. And by the way, we should do some sort of event there because you have the space and like everything's set up perfectly for
is.
a
Yeah, I
band to
got-
play and like a lot of people to
I
fit in
wonder
there.
how much it would be to get Brooks and Dunn to come out of retirement.
I don't know, like
Don't you
100K.
don't even know who Paul wanted.
Shut Volusia County down. Shut it down. Put them out there. Oh my God, I'm a hard-working man.
That would be good.
People would lose their minds. My God,
Little George Strait,
little red
Diamond
dirt
Rio.
road. People.
Let's talk this weekend because we actually we have an opening for our AirTND if anybody wants to stay there. And I was looking through what's going on this weekend in Sanford, and I
The
noticed
West End Trading Company presents Ding Dong Dancers.
I saw the dong
Yeah.
party you guys are throwing at the West.
That was booked before I got there just for
Nah, they come every year, man.
It was
They're
the
amazing.
first thing Sam and I said is, Dom, book this.
Yeah.
First thing we said.
Yeah, look at Dom. He
Yeah.
just can't wait to get
We're
those
like, oh my
D's
God.
swinging around.
I like the variety of stuff you got going on.
DJ
you know?
Dom likes dongs.
Oh, I'm definitely DJing that night.
Yeah.
And so tell me about the dong dancers. I know, Dustin, you said that it'll probably be sold out because every year it gets
they
sold
come
out.
every year, and it pretty much
Yeah,
sells
I
out
see
every
what you did
single
there.
year. And it's always.
Thought you got to pay extra for that
I hear
one.
it's good. I usually leave.
Why? Why is it where you got
Well, I
to
mean,
see
I don't
there?
really
Do they do-
because-
You at least see the
The
whipped cream.
washcloth,
Yeah.
you hold the
usually
towel,
there
the
to
white
help them.
towel.
They do the whipped cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the girls go crazy.
Yeah, I love it.
They also use our office as like their green room and dressing room.
Oh,
So, you know.
yeah. That means one of them is putting his mushroom stamp right on the space bar.
Sorry, I had to do that when the dancing got me all.
So
Yeah.
that's happening Saturday?
Yeah.
All right.
Saturday, what, 8
It's
o'clock?
Friday
Oh,
at 7 p.m.
all right. Friday at 7.
Thanks.
You can get tickets.
Well, Sam knows when it's
Drink at
happening.
West End.
Listen,
So
Saturday,
let me just check
absolutely
at
Saturday.
westside.com.
Sam
I don't
chimes
know.
in. Definitely not
No,
Saturday. It's-
Saturday is what?
Saturday
Control
we
This?
have joint operation.
Joint
coming.
operation, yeah,
we got
that's
some reggae,
Awesome.
reggae rock act coming through. We got a lot of stuff going on, man. I'm just glad the hurricane party is over now. We can kind of focus on everything.
I feel like
else.
you should add these ding dong dancers to the hurricane party. Right?
Ding dong hurricane.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
take- they are very affordable to book.
Yeah, dong native.
They mainly work for tips. They're super affordable to book.
That's why I have all
Really?
these
Do the
dollar
girls
bills.
like tip them out and stuff?
Yeah,
Oh,
oh,
my
yeah.
Do you
God.
guys worry that that's going to become like a Lilies on the Lake scenario? You know?
Right.
You mean, are you hoping?
Yeah.
No,
No,
no.
Well, that's because people are some meemaw's eating a brunch and then it's,
My
you know,
God.
at the
I'm
West
just
End
trying
it's
to have a
fine.
Bellini.
Who's gonna get offended? Like nobody. Anyway, what else is
They
coming
got the
up?
food trucks going on every second Sunday of every month.
Yes,
Sam, you're doing
Yeah,
great.
you are
Yeah,
great.
she's good at this.
I wish
someone was
you
prepared
guys might
today.
want to slide into your DMs about marketing.
Right. Right.
that food truck fest.
It's huge.
Eric says it's gigantic.
Yeah.
And Eric's out there every time with merch and giveaways and everything. So he'll be out at all the ones throughout the rest of the year.
What's the most unique food truck in terms of its
I had
truck?
these garlic knots the other
Ooh,
day.
in terms of the truck.
Yeah, garlic
It was,
knots
uh,
sounds
It was a
good.
garlic knot, right? And then it had buffalo chicken and blue cheese on that.
That's from
Really?
the knot, right?
Bro, it was
They
so
opened up
good.
inside Wop Sops now. They have their kitchen
good.
inside of Wop Sops.
Oh,
and
nice.
That now. They're awesome. But,
Really?
the most unique food truck that's cool is it's this giant double-decker bus that's it's like, I think it's an ice cream truck. I think it's called Cosmo or something like that. But it's a big double-decker tour bus style ice cream
That's
truck.
dope.
And you can get your ice cream and then go sit on top of the tour bus. and
What?
everything.
Really?
You can
Yeah,
sit on
they
the
did
tour
that for
bus.
Oh, that's
Jazz in the
cool.
Park. We did that. Yeah, it was awesome.
It seems like the margins are pretty small in ice cream
My
to
God.
afford a double. You know
Like a
what I mean?
tour bus.
Like,
Also, you
what's
can't
the
really
markup?
park that thing everywhere too. So for a lot of food truck
Yeah.
events, sorry, dude, that's
Yeah,
a little bit large.
Also, it's like this thing to fill up is $1,800 in diesel. Those are all
Hey,
right.
we really like your business. Here's why it's bad.
And then we sell an
I
ice
don't
cream
question this
cone.
model. He's bringing it out. I don't care.
What's the slowest way we can make this gas money back? Ice cream, yay!
You're like, we buy the ice
30
cream.
cents a customer profit. We'll nail it.
Seriously, guys, thank you for promoting my business.
Let's
Thank
make
you
it
so
super
much.
good. Let's make it high quality ice cream too.
I
Let's
mean-
not cheap out of this. Let's use real cream, real
Homemade.
sugar,
Yeah, but even with
Madagascar vanilla.
Oh, yeah.
like even at the most expensive ice cream cone, what is like
$5?
Yeah, $5.
Yeah, $6.
And then with the and the cone and the bonus, well,
my
the margin
God.
is what $1.80.
And then they're kind
Like
enough
a lot
to
of
let you sit on
cone.
the, go sit on the roof of our bus and waste more of my money.
Well, you got to get that $10 surcharge. Is what it is. Yeah.
How many cones can
So
you
it's
sell?
$6 for the ice cream,
don't
$10
forget,
for the diesel.
They also
Yeah.
have to pay to be there too. So
I know.
Yeah.
How is this happening?
Also,
they're
they're-
$800 down before they even open.
I'll give a shout out to the one that I know our listeners talked about the most, and this has nothing to do with anything other than just our listeners told me about it the most. It's called The Pass.
That's where I ate
Awesome.
on Saturday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were out there, and they make a lot of burrito styled foods,
I
and
had
they
birria fries.
and
They're
they made a
delicious.
crunch wrap
Yeah,
for
my
Angry
husband got
Dan,
the crunch
and
wrap.
Angry Dan got a crunch wrap, and I swear to God,
was
this
huge.
It's as big as 5 regular Taco Bell crunch. The crunch wrap was like that big. It was like a big obese frisbee. It was massive.
Yeah, those guys are awesome. I like a lot of their stuff, but they've been coming out to our events since they started, and I think they won a couple of awards for their
Nice.
burritos in Orlando too.
Shout out to those guys. If you ever want to work with us, holler at us. The Pass, because you got good stuff.
So as we ease into summer, any other big events that people should know about before we go?
You know what? There's Mike Smith is doing a big event this month called Carts and Kegs.
Yes, me and
Yeah.
Sam are actually emceeing Carts and
Nice.
Kegs.
They are.
I kind of know the format. It's gonna be interesting because it's not necessarily a race, but more of a.
Well, it's a timed race.
Yeah, it's like an obstacle challenge.
Yeah,
type
there's
of thing. Yeah.
there's obstacles involved, and like you have to get out of the cart. And I mean, how many golf carts are around Sanford right now?
my
Like
God.
A lot. I mean,
hundreds.
I did an event on Sunday right after Hurricane Party called the Amazing Race with the Golf Cart Gurus, and it's like 12 bars play these little minute to win it games, and I think we probably had 50 to 60 golf carts out for that one.
Jesus.
I see them everywhere, and like, do you need to have your golf cart street legal in Sanford, or is there an area that you can?
There's a golf cart zone, but you still have to have your golf cart registered and insured, and you have to have a driver's license.
So no matter
Or-
of the area, you still have to have
Yeah.
it.
the
like-
license plate and all that. Yeah.
Or just drive inconspicuously.
we were trying to get away from that by just driving a golf cart slowly and then like carrying a clipboard.
Yeah,
and,
you gotta get one for the house. That way, it's part of the whole deal.
I know. Look, we want one, but they're expensive, man. Like,
Oh,
We're
yeah.
wrapping
You got that money. Come on.
no, I
Paul's
wish.
What's
old
money?
golf cart, Tom and Dan. I know that's been in the works for a minute. So
I
we,
think that should be done pretty soon too, right?
yeah. We will have the Tom and Dan golf cart available for rent while you're out there, and that one's a 6-person.
That
right?
is. That's a 6-seater with
Yeah.
the Bluetooth speakers and all.
I gotta have the
Beautiful.
Bluetooth.
Yeah.
I gotta be able to listen to some music while I'm.
That used to be
driving
Paul's
around.
like personal golf cart, so that thing's pretty decked out with all the little extras on it too.
Has a suspension on it.
Seat
Oh, yeah.
warmers, you know. stuff
Yeah,
like
it's got all the stuff: heated seats, heated steering wheel,
Lithium
steering wheel.
batteries. You know.
Yeah, you need all that.
I feel like
massaging chair.
like with how expensive gas is, I feel like driving a golf cart daily, like Monday through Friday, just to the studio and around. You
Get
know,
one.
like how much? I mean, it probably could save me over a year. At least half
Maybe
the
the
price of the
price?
golf
Yeah.
cart. I mean, not the whole price.
Not the whole
I'm
price.
surprised you can't do that around here. That they don't.
You
allow
can.
a golf cart. You can.
They
Yeah,
let-
oh, yeah.
they have.
Yeah,
Oh,
they-
by the way, I
they
am
have
back to
different rules out here.
the
It's stricter
having
out
to
here.
use Google Maps to get here again.
It's fine.
I don't know what my problem
I
is.
do too. I use
I'm
it
so
every morning.
serious.
You don't know why your memory's bad.
I've been here.
Why you haven't said
When you walked in here, you said you were so high. We get it.
I use Google Maps to get to work, and I live 3 blocks away.
Yeah, I do too.
Seriously,
I always use it.
Tell you what I did was I had to Google Maps Publix. I'm like, okay, now I know. Where
I
I'm
had to take a listener on a bike ride for charity this past Friday. We had a guy that bid to ride bikes with me and like go have beers and hang out and have lunch and stuff like that. And we rode out of here, and I was taking him to the bar, and I didn't know where the hell I was going. We got lost on the bike. I didn't want to tell him that. I was saving this for Friday's show, but I had to
Oh.
like set up my GPS on because that's how little I leave my house. Like I was like, I don't even know where I'm at right now. Like, I could get us in, I was like, I could get us into a lot of trouble. You know, like I felt like you know like. Yeah, it was just very concerning, and I was scared. I got a
can
little
either
scared.
like get here in
Scared.
7 minutes from my house if I use the GPS.
Yeah.
Or take 20 and kind of find it. You know?
Yeah, that's what
Wing
I
it.
was doing. I was like, I kind of know where I'm at, and I was looking at houses and stuff like that. But I was like, and I was talking, and he was continuing to talk to me, and I almost wanted to say like, hey, don't talk to me. I'm trying to figure out where the hell we are.
Deep in thought here.
Yeah,
Relax.
I was like, just be quiet. I got to figure out where we're at right now.
I've been out here 1,000 times, and I've never looked at a street name once.
That's
It
what I'm saying. I'm kind of like, oh, cool. There's a
You're
street
like,
I
there's
still
that
don't know
stop
where I
sign
am.
that I think I
That's
turned
great.
left at.
Yeah.
Cool.
Drinkatwestin.com.
Yes.
Go to the website for all upcoming events and everything. Follow them on Cellar City, West End on social media.
Yeah.
And anything else?
Yeah, we got Twerp coming next week.
Twerp.
Twerp's
Yeah.
coming next week.
Yeah. Who is Twerp?
It's like this. They kind of dress up, and they do the whole dress up thing. They look like I would say almost like superhero kind of, but robots. But I don't know.
Superhero robots.
I
You-
did
if
hear
you
that
get a
that show
chance-
might be sold out or getting really,
It's getting
really
close.
close to it
We're
right now.
getting
yeah.
low on tickets for sure. But if you get a chance, go check them out online.
Yeah,
it's
for
just
sure.
TWRP. Their show is going to be awesome. I'm really, really excited for it.
Pre-sale's been flying for this one.
Really?
Oh my god!
Is
Yeah.
this
insane.
like, are they considered like, did the nerds like
It's
them?
big time. Big
Okay,
time
yeah.
nerdcore stuff.
That
for sure.
kind of stuff is super popular, man.
Yeah.
And most of those bands are probably ones that you'll want to work with because most of them are like respectful and cool. They're not
Yeah.
like,
They're not going to trash the green
yeah,
room.
they're not like typical like rock
Poop in the
star.
trash can.
Yeah, they're not gonna do that stuff. 'cause
Show
they're-
up like 5 minutes
sorry
late.
about that.
Call
Yeah.
20 minutes late.
yeah, we did that.
I-
After the live podcast, we're like, we're rock stars.
Dom, Dustin, thanks for coming by.
Thanks for having us.
And we'll talk to you next month. We'll be right back with more Corporate Time. Welcome back to A Corporate Time. We've got a guest in studio, Pokerman.
Yeah. I'm back into, well, I mean, I'm not like back into real poker, but I am playing it to kill time on the Xbox.
Yeah,
I very much enjoy using it to calm my nerves. It's also very fun in conjunction with baseball.
Andy's here from 7 Card Flush Poker on YouTube. How you doing, Andy?
Good, guys. How you doing?
So Andy, tell us about this event coming up, and then I got some poker questions for you.
So
Hurry up and get your plug out so I can ask you questions about poker.
well, so you guys know my vlog started last summer. That's when I was in here last.
Yeah, man.
And I've been.
How's it going so far?
Oh boy, let me tell you. You guys have always talked about when people ask about starting a podcast that one of the main things you have to have is an audience, because building an audience from zero is
hard.
the toughest part of this. And I thought when I was getting ready to launch my channel, coming in here, being on a podcast and on a radio show, I thought, this will drive the traffic to episode number
No,
one.
this does nothing.
Nobody watched episode one. Nobody.
This
at
only
all.
works for our client.
yeah. It's-
But I didn't give up. I kept grinding away. If you guys remember when I started my vlog, I wasn't allowed to film at the table, so there was no footage of playing. That changed in episode 11, and once the footage started hitting the tables, I started seeing the growth in the audience. And it takes YouTube about 5 to 6 videos to figure out what it is you do and how to plug that into their algorithm to get you the exposure. Just because you do a poker channel, when somebody types poker, it doesn't mean your results are going to jump to the top.
No.
YouTube has to figure out what it is you do.
You also need some sort of engagement and views for them to push you to the top. I mean, like even with our Airbnb, like it took months, and now we're at the top because of views and engagement, and now we're seeing results based on their own marketing, which is the more views and engagement you get, the higher up the search results they put you, which gives you better results.
It's amazing how much you always hear people on YouTube say like and comment and subscribe, and it's amazing how much that actually does for getting your video out there. The more people that like it, the more people that comment on it, even if they're nonsense comments, that just tricks the algorithm into pushing it out to even more people.
Yeah, like I leave all of our porno spam bots on there just because it's more eyes. It's more perverted robot eyes on our product.
So I've grown the audience now to a little over 500 people, which
that's great.
In the world of YouTube is nothing, but for somebody that had 0, last year, it's not bad. I've got the opportunity to team up for an event this coming week with a bunch of poker vloggers that are actually way bigger than I am. Kyle Fischel, who also plays out of Orange City.
Yeah.
Doug McCusker, who's based in, I think, Sacramento, and a young lady named Pokerface Ash, who started her vlog about 5 months ago. She's got like 25,000 followers. We're doing an online meetup game on the Poker Bros app this Friday from 6 to 8 p.m.
Nice.
Where we're all going to be sitting at different tables, and we're inviting people that watch the channel to come in and play with us.
Awesome. We still have bdmpoker.com and stuff.
I want to do more of the things that we used to log in at night.
Yeah, on Poker Bros.
Yeah, those are fun, man. Those little, it's really fun, and the chat's fun. Like getting in there, mixing it up with people, meeting people, and just playing cards. It's a good time.
And it's like the internet has offered legal ways to do things that were formerly illegal, which is like, and they say illegal, but I was just about to ask you, like, if we put together a giant poker tournament with just BDMs at a place and then just said, it's money, pay your money to get in, and someone's going to win this money pot.
Yeah.
No one, what are the poker cops going to show up? No one's going to care. Like, no one's busting.
Well, like they'd be the gaming commission or something, right? Like who?
No, gaming commission. When have you ever heard a gaming commission do anything?
I don't know.
I mean, I guess if I went on my poker channel and said, I'm going to throw a huge poker game at such and such venue on this night, and everybody bring your money, let's all pass money around. I guess if somebody were paying attention, it could be bad. The way Poker Bros gets around it, because here's the little legal disclaimer. Poker Bros is not a real money gambling app. There actually is no money transfer between you and Poker Bros.
Yeah,
It's people that run the clubs, and you send them money via Zelle or PayPal or whatever, and all your communication is through the Telegram app or WhatsApp, all that encrypted stuff. So it's interesting how it works. But could you get in a bunch of trouble for it? Probably not.
No, but I think
like that.
most people think that it's like even betting on sports or whatever. Like most people just don't do it because of this like, the stereotype or the old.
It's the old stigma. It's the same thing with,
like,
with certain drugs. Like even with marijuana for people that probably need it, there's a stigma that like, sorry, that's dope and you can't do it.
Or like I remember the old like, even if there's any cash on even if you're betting quarters and pennies, like that's
ATF
illegal.
will knock your garage down, and then Janet Reno will drive tanks over your compound.
No one cares.
Well, I'm not too worried about it because I've got a couple episodes out from home games that we've done where it's me and friends playing at home and we're passing real money around, and so YouTube police, poker police, come and get it.
Yeah. No one cares.
Oh, I like that. He did it. Now, you will follow up, though. If they do drive a tank down your garage door, you'll call in and let us know, right?
I'll let you guys know.
Okay.
So I'm in the process of teaching my sons some Texas Hold'em.
You haven't talked about this in a minute, but I know you guys are playing nightly, right?
Well, we have not every night, but we have an active game that just open between me, my wife, and sons.
That's cool.
I've taught them how to play.
You got the right amount of people too. I think it's way better. You got 4 people to play. That's awesome.
And I'm teaching them like just they understand how the game works now. Now they're just learning what cards or what hands beat other hands. Like they have a.
Who's the most competitive, or are they basically on the same kind of level?
Oh man, no, Max for sure.
Okay.
Tommy's like me, doesn't really care.
Who's the better player?
It's hard because
I could see Tommy possibly, keeping it to himself and sneakily winning some pots.
They are horrible at keeping their cards to themselves,
right.
Or telling because
too much excitement when they think they have something good, right?
Tommy's mixed up terms, and so when he has a bad, when he has bad cards, he says, "I got the bluff." So he uses
that's so
which
cute.
I'm gonna
Just
start
let it roll.
using.
Yeah. It's funny. I got the bluff.
He's like I got bluff. Like he thinks that means bad. I'm like that's not what it means.
Leave him alone.
Like,
I think it's cute.
Yeah. And then speaking of bluffing, I've taught them like you can bluff, and now they think that's how you win is like the more you bet.
So they overuse it. Yeah.
So then I'm just like, well, you're doing it because of this. You have to. The whole point is to trick your opponents and make them believe. One way or the other, like it's too obvious. Anyway, what do you think is too early to teach, poker to kids? Because like I feel like it's super complicated and they are not getting like all the elements of it.
So when we got locked down for COVID 2 years ago, I have an 8-year-old. She was 8 at the time anyway. And so I started teaching her how to play poker. And I stuck with 5-card draw because it's just a little bit easier for her to wrap her head around. And I remember the first time we played, I was like, all right, I'm going to take it easy on her. I'm just going to teach her how the game works. And she took me to the cleaners. She took all my pennies from me. We were playing for pennies. And so with Texas,
donkeys will just bet they suck out of the river, and you're like, well, you are horrible. That's pure luck. You'll lose over time.
My daughter's watching on twitch.tv/Tom and Dan live right now. So
Look,
did you hear that, Olivia?
He's a pro.
Tom thinks you're a donkey.
Oh, well,
the cutest donkey I've ever seen.
How about we put up speaking of like on YouTube,
Kid Poker, Kid Poker Wars.
Yeah.
Nobody's doing Kid Poker Wars.
Because
Tony, buy the URL Kid Poker Wars.
My son Tommy just turned 8. Your daughter's 8. Heads up, $1,000.
It's like a more twisted. It's just like BattleBots, except it's trauma. It's Poker Kids, Poker Kid Wars.
Yeah. Watching kids play poker would be the worst thing I've ever.
It's like watching children's sports. It's like watching any child up until the age of like right around 8 or 10 play any sport. It's just a mess.
Now, I'm going to disagree there. Dan, you have a dance daughter.
I do.
My daughter was in dance. She's in competitive twirl now. And that can actually be a lot of fun to watch.
It is fun. The twirl world is it's a fickle animal and an expensive one at that, because you guys got all kinds of little twirly doos and little things in the costuming for that kind of stuff. It just gets out of hand.
But I'll watch kids do something that I can't do. You know what I'm saying? Like if I can't do it, then it's impressive. Like, oh wow,
yeah. Like there's.
But
Asian
if I can do it better
immediately,
then I don't want to watch it. Like because I play poker, all these other things that like, well, you're just doing a less version of an adult can do.
Right.
Anyway.
Now I'm starting to wonder if that's what people think when they watch my channel versus channels like Brad Owen and Kyle Fischel. I wonder if I'm like the kid of poker.
No, you got to start somewhere though. I think maybe it's more relatable to watch somebody that's more like them. That's what I would think.
That's what I'm trying to bring to the YouTube world, because like when I said it last summer when I was here, all the other vloggers are playing these giant games, 510 and 1025, 2550. Nobody's going into a casino that's watching on YouTube and buying in for $10,000 and playing these games. So,
I think the more relatable aspect of what you do would be the hook for me, and I think like I'm a normal YouTube user. Like when I use YouTube primarily I use it for either fixing things or getting a review of a product that I might want to buy. And the normal YouTubers that I avoid on, like if I'm like looking into a car or if I'm looking into a computer part, are the guys that look a little too slick because I don't think what I'm getting is accurate. Maybe that's my own media bias skewing it, but I think that the true review or what I get is best served if it's like me. So I try to look for a person sort of like me, like in my economic bracket, you know, like a boring white, fat dad. You know, I try to find that guy because he's going to speak to me. If I get if I get one of the Logan Paul telling me about this new, whatever car he bought, I'm like, well, you're a rich person and you're getting richer by telling me this. There's no real feelings in this at all, but I could be wrong.
Andy, and we'll end with this because I'm curious about like just the poker world. As a whole, like I feel like it had maybe its height in entertainment, or back when like World Series of Poker.
I really enjoyed those celebrity poker tournaments they put on TV, where Scott Stapp would get just blotto and
yeah.
Those were amazing.
2005 to 2010 was definitely the height before all the online stuff got shut down.
Yeah, and then it seemed like there was all these characters and the Phil Hellmuth and all
the
these
guy that would cut carrots in half by throwing cards.
Recognizable names, and they were trying to build their characters up for the entertainment of
Chris
it, right?
Moneymaker.
Yeah. That was like one of the.
He'd do commercials on Real Radio. I remember like they'd be commercials where he'd be talking about that. I'd be like, what a great name.
And you still kind of hear about these people, but there's got to be new up-and-coming people. But are they just all online? Because there's probably some like crazy autistic kids that
I didn't
can play
think about that.
50 hands at once.
You mean like an
or...
e-sport? If you take one of these kids that's like an e-sport guru, and then he applies his techniques to online poker.
There are some guys on like TikTok and stuff who play a lot of online poker and get a lot of views, but really it's the YouTube vloggers. There are 3 in particular, Brad Owen, Andrew Nemi, and Doug Polk, who all just bought a stake at a card house in Texas. And Texas is the new Vegas when it comes to poker.
God,
that's
everything
where everybody's
in Texas,
going to
right?
play.
If you need comedy or poker, you go to Texas.
And so a lot of the big shot guys that are famous now are either vloggers or people that play on live streams. Like Hustler Casino out in California does a live stream multiple times a week. And a lot of the big poker players now are known from playing on the live stream. So it's really switching into that YouTube type world.
Is it tough because you're a younger dude in this space and you know these guys and you know where to find these streams? Has there been a learning curve for the old timers? Because I usually think of poker as being a little bit older game, not old guys game, but most of the guys I know around here that are really into it are older than me.
Yeah.
So, no, it's completely different now.
So it's just younger dudes.
It's an autism level of math that these guys can do. And
Okay.
it's all a numbers
That
game. It
explains
is
a
not
lot.
like poker was in 2005.
Interesting.
It's
So the
completely different.
stream has, and the stream, the game's the same. The stream, how they're digesting it is different. And the guys that relate to the stream or that are in that world that you see are just a different animal.
Yeah.
Right.
Good answer.
The old
Wow.
stereotype is
Didn't
like
know that.
He twists his Oreo, so that's he's bluffing. Pay this
Right.
man his money. That doesn't exist. It's just I have a 53% chance of winning, and there's and this person has a 50% chance, and you're just playing percentages.
So have they kind of separated into different camps where you have the new school guys that are doing the blogging, the online, the streaming, and then the old school cats that are still like down at the card club? Are there like...
Well, yeah, so sure. And you'll see some of the old school guys. Hellmuth was on Hustler Casino Live a couple weeks ago tring to keep up with all these kids, and he just can't.
Was that the guy that was getting trash talked horribly about that?
Yes.
Okay, so I saw this video. I'm glad I watched it again just to make sure because I knew you were coming in here. There was the video tagline was Phil Hellmuth. Is that Hellmuth can't handle this trash talking. Whatever, and the younger dude was just straight like, what was he? He just being very. Is it aggro?
Was it in person or online?
It was in person. The one I'm referring to is when he actually slow rolled somebody. Slow rolling is when you have the winning hand, but you you reveal it in a manner that makes the opponent think that they won. And so he caught a lot of flack recently for slow rolling somebody on a live stream. And it's just, you see these guys, the money makers, the Phil Hellmuths and stuff, they're not playing on these live streams much. They've sunk back down to the lower level games because they can't keep up with what the game, or they're choosing not to keep up with what the game
my
has
question.
turned
Okay,
into.
yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. And really it's just turned into knowing the math of the game and just playing math. And there's no and that's not as fun to watch or to even for the person to understand what's going on. You know, it's like
it's like the New York Yankees versus the Savannah Bananas. One is fun and all about the flash and is like on this level.
One's Moneyball,
and the other one is just straight. I am as serious as it gets about playing this game, and nothing will stop us from winning. Like they're different ideologies, right? One is like a little bit more like casual fun.
Now, I know we're short on time. I wanted to offer you guys a proposition before we go.
Tom loves these.
There is a tournament coming to the Hard Rock over in Tampa at the end of August, and it has a $1 million guaranteed prize pool. So no matter how many people get in it, whether it's 100 or 10,000, there's going to be at least $1 million given away in prizes. Jesus. And it's probably going to be around $250,000 to first place. And the entry on it is $600. And what a lot of professional poker players do is they sell a piece of their action, especially when they play tournaments. They sell off, 10 or 15% blocks to people. And in return, if they make money, they give that percentage back.
Yeah.
So I want to know if T&D Media wants to buy a part of my action for that tournament in August.
And if you win, we get the percentage we bought in back.
Correct.
That might be kind of fun.
I was thinking of selling off 25%. That's $150, and then you get 25% of whatever I win.
That's pretty.
Well, how good are you? Look me in the eye.
Look him in the eye.
I can kind of tell by your choice of tennis shoe, you've got to be a little autistic.
I like that.
I didn't know how autistic you are.
I saw your big daddy-os on it. I'm like, this guy's a nerd. He's got the numbers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You can learn a lot about a man by the size of the daddy-os he's wearing in the studio.
I'm definitely way more of a cash game player, but I have shifted my focus recently to watching tournaments online and learning about tournament play because they're just so different. Cash games and tournaments are just so different.
Yes.
So my focus the last month at that autistic level has been studying tournament play because I want to go out and play this tournament. I've never played a really big tournament like this, and I think that if I play smart in the way I've been playing the last couple weeks, I think I could make a run in it. Am I going to win it? I don't know. Probably not. But do I think I could make a run to get to the money? I absolutely think I could.
You got to take chances early and get the donkey's money and get your chip lead up in the
Get
first
your chips up, dog.
in the first couple tables because getting all those donkeys to give you your money, their money early is the only way to because the blinds go up so fast in tournaments. Anyway, we're
That's
in.
exciting.
We're in.
All right. We're in.
All right.
All right. Let's take a quick break. Oh, one more time. Plug your the event.
It's on the Poker Bros app in the group Button Clickers. It's on Friday, June 3rd from 6 to 8 p.m. You can check my Instagram at 7cardflushpoker for all the information on how to get in the club and how to have the most realistic poker experience.
There you go. Hey, always a pleasure seeing you, man, and good luck with everything. We're in, and I guess next time we talk, we'll have some results.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye. Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Bone Crusher.
How you doing, Sam?
I don't know. It's a weird day.
You remember Bone Crusher? I Ain't Never Scared?
Yes.
Isn't
I'm
that what
familiar.
Tom was singing that song off the air? There, I'm gonna spoil your you hiding things from people. See, you are pretty cool. 2006, Bone Crusher. I Ain't Never
I
Scared.
think it's earlier than that.
Was it? When did I Ain't Never Scared come out? I met that guy. He's very nice.
What's an old Bone Crusher up to nowadays?
He only had the one hit. And when I went to a press junket for the horrible reality show called The Real Gilligan's Island, they had hired Bone Crusher to play the after party. And I went to the after party, and there he was up on stage, and I talked to him for a little bit. He was a nice guy.
2003.
I was 3 years
It
old.
was also the theme song for the 2003 Atlanta Braves.
Okay, all right, go Braves.
He probably will look up what Bone Crusher is doing.
Oh,
now.
he's probably working at a car wash or something, right? Like, he looks like he'd manage a car wash. Bone Crusher had the body style of a lot of larger, I'll say it, a lot of fat men in the early 2000s. I don't know if this is a thing anymore, but fat men in early 2000s, and Joey, you probably saw a lot of this at theme parks, would carry a bright white athletic terry cloth towel over their shoulders to constantly dry their fat man sweat. And it was like a fashion accessory. It wasn't like, it was something they needed. So Bone Crusher, he goes up on stage and he's rapping, and he has this towel, like Bigger Men, Big Pun, Fat Joe, any rapper you could think of, larger guys. You know, Ralphie May. When we met him the first time, he had the novelty big guy sweat towel. Is that still a thing in 2022?
I feel like
I don't see him anymore.
You should be embarrassed to carry that around, right? Because it's just telling everybody that you're so fat you sweat too much.
But I'm telling you, at this point in time, it was a cool thing. They like wove it into like fashion, like street fashion.
Well, dude,
like
the ultimate towel. Morris Day and the Time. Jungle Love. Remember? He's in Purple Rain.
But that's a little different. That was more of like an elegance. This was more of like sport. This was like a towel. Like they would wear like one big beefy blue basketball shorts. Then they wear like a long tee, clean white long tee, and then
tall tee,
and then a white, like I mean bright white clean, not a doo-doo towel, a bright white clean athletic towel over the shoulder, and it was an accessory.
Like a chamois.
Yes, but it was on your shoulder at all times, and you carried it around, and big guys did this, and I don't see big guys doing this anymore, and I want to know why it ended.
And then sometimes you swing it over your head like a helicopter.
Yeah, you do swing it like a helicopter. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
This guy, were you a big guy? Sometimes I think you were a secret big guy, but I've known
He
you.
was chunky, wasn't he?
No, not like that. You'd got to be like $3 bills to carry the towel.
Yeah.
I think you got to be 3. And I always thought it looked kind of cool. And you know, here's another thing. Big guys would carry that towel, and here's something that I would notice every single time I'd meet a large man with the towel. They'd be over-cologned, but they'd smell good. It was too much cologne. But I'd rather you have too much cologne than body odor and towel.
Also, isn't the towel over your shoulder kind of like a tiny shoulder blanket?
It is
making you more hot. Like, shouldn't you keep the towel away from your hot body?
Put it in your pocket.
Yeah.
Hang it out the back of your... No, they put it on their shoulder. Look, I'm just going on what bigger guys did.
So you could constantly dab your face.
While you're performing.
Yeah. Do you think
you'd be rapping up there, you know, and you'd be...
Okay, I got it. It started as... like on stage rappers used to do it while they're performing.
It was definitely more hip-hop culture for sure.
But then it bled into the audience because they saw Big Pun do it, like wear the white towel.
Because you'd be up there rapping.
Because normally he wouldn't move that much. Like Big Pun doesn't exercise. I don't know if anybody knows this. But he is not a mover.
Okay, we have
Big Pun is dead.
We have
old Big alive Big Pun.
You know Fat Joe? Are you talking about Fat Joe?
Fat Joe's not
two
fat
different people.
Fat Joe is now Chubbs Joe. He's not even fat anymore. From our Twitch chat room, we have a sighting. Ghost of Manute Bull said, when I worked at Walmart, I worked with several obese men who had their dripping towels. This was like 0506. I've never heard referred to as a dripping towel, but I like that.
Bone Crusher did go on Celebrity Fit Club and did lose 51 pounds.
Wow. That's a drop in the ocean.
Not that impressive.
You know, to lose 51 pounds and still carry the towel is disappointing.
Yeah, but when was that? Was that like 2008?
Yeah, it was way a long time ago, and he was 412 pounds.
Holy shit! You better be scared of heart attacks. He's I ain't never scared. Well, you should be. You should be very scared because man, you got diabetes.
Oh my god.
So
he's taking a hiatus to raise his children.
Oh, you know what?
Weird.
I
did not expect that.
Yeah, wow.
That was the last
on my list, Sam. That wasn't even on our bingo card.
That was below have died.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
Joey Mazan is here. How you doing, Joey?
Really good, sir. Thank you guys for having me back.
Good to see you, man. How you been? What's new in the land of Disney? What's new in the parks?
New in the parks is discipline. Disney is disciplining annual pass holders who are booking days during busier seasons and then not showing up because hungover, tired.
Hold the hell on.
I have never heard of this. Normally when we go
riot
to
in the streets.
I expect some normal news. This is almost like a Joey Mazant Disney breaking news.
Take my hoodie off.
I did not know. Oh, so you made Mama mad.
Oh, sorry.
She's gonna do one
Going
of those.
for the mouse.
She's gonna do one of those DL Hughley Monique rants. Go ahead and Google that, by the way. Google Monique's new rant.
I like this. I'll tell you what. So what happened now? When did they start this?
They started this a little while ago, only a couple of 2 weeks, maybe a month ago. So as an annual pass holder, let's say you book your 5 days, because that's what you're allowed if you have the Incredit Pass, the top of the food chain pass.
Hate the name.
Oh, dude, can't stand it.
All the names
Hate
are
the name.
dumb.
Incredit Pass
The
is dumb.
Pixie Pass BS.
Yeah, it's
They're all
stupid.
garbage.
It's stupid.
So if I book my 5 days, and let's say for whatever reason, I mean, I get up at 4 a.m., so I'm not going to sleep in, but something happened, to quote Marsha Brady in the Brady Bunch movie in the 90s, because I'm old enough to say that, something suddenly came up. And I couldn't make it to the park that day, and I don't show up. They send me a little email, and they're like, hey, just a heads up, you missed your reservation. If you do that 2 more times, we're cutting your days from 5 to 3. And you can only book 3 days until we deem you're worthy. It's like, no.
God.
As a person that very rarely has missed my reservations, because it bothers me to do that.
Of course. But it's a crock of S that we have to make a reservation anyway when we're
Bingo.
a pass holder.
I'm
So
not-
now you're telling me that if something happens and I miss something, you're going to punish me after you've already taken away stuff for a pass holder?
You already whacked me for $1,400 bucks.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
come
it's
on.
a 3 strikes you're out type of deal, right?
Yeah, I mean,
like it's not only the first one, but if
Right.
you do it 3 times, then
Yeah,
you get
it's
punished.
at that point. I think 3 times is egregious, and I might be okay with this.
3
you
times
know?
in what? In a year of all time until you cancel your
I
pass?
think
90 days.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Well,
Once a month.
You're not gonna do
Well,
that. This doesn't have no effect on you.
Yes,
I'm
well-
still mad about it because
well-
I don't like the rules.
Yeah, I
You're
don't like
right,
that.
no.
I can understand
And
that.
the reservation system's here till
Yeah,
they
it's
said
terrible.
inevitably at least 5 more years.
Sam, here's why you're right, but also it won't affect you because you
No, I know.
you have respect for other people, and the vast majority of people, especially on the internet, don't. And it's become is this still available society
Right,
where
right.
you just go through Facebook Marketplace and you look at something, you're like, is this still available? You just keep on going. Then you forgot about it 2 seconds later. And then if the person responds back like, yes, it is, it's available, let me know. And then
Then
you
you
never,
ghost 'em,
then you
yeah.
ghost them. And it's like, well, why did you click it? And then if you ask them that, they'd honestly probably be like, well, I thought maybe I want it. No, you're wasting someone's time.
Yeah.
And the same thing.
I agree.
I bet you there's tons of pass holders that just go and just schedule days just in case they feel like going that day. And then you're like, wait a minute, but someone else is now not going to be able to go because now they've scheduled someone to be here.
Sure.
And by you not showing up screws over other people. Like, screw Disney. They're $1 billion corporation, but other people now, you've filled up the day and you're never going to show up because you're a narcissist.
Let me ask you a question because I hopefully you know the answer to this. Can you see a scenario? And I hate to bring out this new character I've created called Brightside Danny.
I love it.
Is it correct to think that if we crack down on the vacationers that come here and just hammer the passes, right? And they're our annual pass holders that aren't like Sam, that don't have that level of respect because it's only for annual pass holders?
It is.
Am I correct in thinking that this could actually benefit her in the fact that she can get spots that are open and while other people are being punished and not taking those spots away from her?
Yes, and that's why I
Yeah,
think
but
maybe
I've literally never had. I have never had any day that I've tried to make a
Okay.
reservation where I wasn't able to.
right.
Even for the biggest best rides out there, like this Guardians of the
Well, I
Galaxy
got a
thing
pass
that will-
holder preview.
Well, when
so-
it rolls out, like
It
I
did
mean,
last weekend, so I'm sure now it's probably a little busier, at least at Epcot. It will be for a while, just like Rise of the Resistance.
It's
was.
interesting because you only hear about them correcting things like this when it is like a massive problem. It's kind of like a month ago when Netflix released, "Oh, we're going to crack down on the people sharing," and then everybody's like, "Well, yeah, we've all known about that."
Right.
But what was weird about that is they're addressing it. That's what's weird.
Yeah.
Like this isn't weird that people are booking these things and not using them. We've known about that for years. What's weird about it is Disney's actually saying, "Yes, we know about it now, and we're going to do something about it." That's what's weird.
What I think this leads to is the reason why now we no longer have fast passes and we now have lightning lanes. You have to spend $15 a day to book lightning
Right.
lanes because back in the day, and I'll be honest with you, if I thought I might be at the park, I would book Seven
Right.
Dwarfs Mine Train.
We would too.
90 days out for 90 straight days. Because I was
Well,
like,
I wouldn't do it like that. But I mean, I would book far in advance, and if we didn't go, hey, we didn't go. No
whatever.
big deal.
So somebody else misses out. Now, that's not as big a deal as a lightning lane versus a park ticket, but it makes me think, what if we're now opening the gate to being like annual pass holders? what if they whack us for a $50 deposit, and then when we show up, it's refunded type of thing. And then if we don't show up, they go, well, we got you for $50. We're not mad at you anymore. That's what scares me, is what if this becomes the new lightning lane? What if we just open up the gate for them to be like, upcharge, you say? Like, that's what I'm worried about.
Because technically they are already doing that. So.
Oh my gosh, dude, I spend so much money at Disney, it's embarrassing.
Yeah, but it's part of your job too. So,
but if you would see my Chase pie chart, it's literally 50% Disney, 50% ABC liquor. It's so bad. Hashtag White Claw.
Yeah, shout out to TDABC.
That's the one.
So, besides from punishing pass holders,
again, as they always do, we're the ones that get all the crap.
You guys are the diehards too. I'm not even in the camp anymore because Andrea, bless her soul, canceled our passes. We weren't able to use them enough. You know,
it's true.
It's got to be water park season, right?
Oh, dude, Volcano Bay is so good right now.
It
is so good.
Is that considered the best water park in Orlando now?
It's like 84% on whatever the theme park equivalent of Rotten Tomatoes is. People love Volcano Bay. It's got a better layout, better atmosphere, bigger. But I'll be honest with you, and nothing against loving parents who take their kids to the water park. I think people like it because it's for the older kids. There's not like, you won't see a lot of strollers at this water park. You won't see a lot of like little kids at the water park.
Yeah, Blizzard Beach is very much a, when you go to Tyke's Peak,
yeah.
It's all diapers.
It
is just
Typhoon Lagoon has a splash pad.
Yeah.
You go to Volcano Bay, it's like, holy, that ride does what? Like, they have a water coaster. You sit in a giant yoga mat, and this thing just shoots you up ramps and around bends and stuff. So yeah, Volcano
That sounds
Bay.
amazing.
I told you, man, if you guys want to do a T&D day, I'll book us a cabana. You let me know.
Yeah. We should do that.
Remember at Typhoon Lagoon when they used to have the snorkeling, excursion or whatever that was?
I do not remember that.
And it was just...
Tell me about that. This is weird, but I do not remember them ever having that.
I didn't either, and we talked about it on Semantics, and then we brought up the video, and I don't recall. I didn't go to Typhoon Lagoon a lot as a kid, but I think I went like maybe twice.
No, I
don't recall.
I went once, I believe, on a church trip, but I don't believe I ever encountered like a snorkeling adventure.
My mom took me and my friends when we were in like middle school or whatever, and it was basically a giant fish tank, saltwater, right? And
oh no, I've never heard of this.
And you got in on one side and just snorkeled across to the other, right? It was
it's called the Shark Reef.
Yeah, and there was like little nurse sharks in there and stuff like
cool.
that. And essentially they would have the big
dude, it was around till 2016, which I find insane.
I know.
Well, wait a minute. I was going there with Andrea, so how did I miss this?
I don't know.
It was like over on the side.
Closed October of 2016.
I've always been more of a like, I'd go to Blizzard Beach 85% more than I ever do to Typhoon Lagoon. I did not, and you got to do this?
Oh yeah, and basically you got a like one size fits all mask that was in a big tub of solution.
Yeah.
You shared with other
Patient Zero, the old wet market, old Typhoon Lagoon wet market.
And then you put it on, and it was. I remember it being cold because they had to keep it cold for the fish to live.
Sure.
Right? And then you got an experience of snorkeling.
Heated up La Nina.
And then you were in it was a never-ending line of big fat tourists that were snorkeling across. I mean, just leaving pollution and sunscreen and diarrhea.
Like
a cloud.
Oil floating.
I'm never-ending. Because you imagine the fish and how many died.
Oh my God.
From just,
and they can't get away because they're trapped in the tiny tank.
Think about how sensitive our saltwater fish tank is. Like, if a little bit of the pH change or something like salt.
Dude, are you crazy? If I open those blinds, he's like, there's too much light. There's too much. The guy's yelling at me. He's like, you're killing them.
Like, could you imagine just dumping 3 cups of sunscreen in there?
4 gallons of sun bomb all over those fish.
2 caps of diarrhea every day.
2 caps. That's a 4-cap day if it's sitting.
Like, they must have been pulling dead sharks out of there and replacing them every day. Like, they're for sure dead fish. Because
Wait a minute, that's what we do.
Because the environment of a fish tank is sensitive to, so you're splashing around, and then you get someone who can't swim, and they're in there terrified, and then some drunk frat boy swims down, tries to slap a shark.
Breaking the coral.
Yeah. But that was an attraction. I miss the days of like simple attractions where they trusted the guests more
like
to behave.
Like the Wet and Wild kneeboard encounter.
Yeah.
Dude,
that's right on the same level as why are you doing this? This is so dangerous. How is this even a thing?
What was the one that swung back and forth, and people had like essentially giant water guns on the end
Was
of
that
them.
the Bubba tub?
It was like hydro
The
something.
bubble up?
No.
Hydro up? I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know exactly. Remember
That
the-
was dangerous.
Remember the bubble up, which was like a giant like balloon of water that you climbed, and when you'd get to the top,
That was fun.
there was like a teen up there, and the teen would be like, "All right, jump off."
See,
They had-
crazy.
They had. Oh, sorry, Tom.
No, I was just gonna scream. That's the problem with our society because we're too litigious. And yes, it is dangerous, but I feel like, and I agree, like some companies should be sued if they're, liable and they're, irresponsible with whatever they're doing, and they cause someone's injury or death because of something they did irresponsibly, right? But if you tell, if you're like, hey, if you follow instructions and do this the right way, you'll be fine. But if you mess around, it's on you. I like that. And
Well,
as long as the company is safe and they're like, they leave it up to the guest. And if the guest screws up, you're like, you didn't listen. Too bad. You cannot sue if you die doing this because you screwed up and you didn't follow instruction. But we live in a society where even if the guest screws up and doesn't follow instruction, they still can sue. And then technically you're like, yeah, you should have let this dodo swim with the sharks or whatever because
it does make it a little more fun. I'll give you a good example. Yesterday, I'm just going through Twitter, and this is related, unrelated, but I see a video for the Savannah Bananas, which are a minor league baseball team.
They're on Real Sports.
Yeah, they're very popular right now. They're having a big resurgence. But what's cool about it, they had a video of one of their, it looks like a contestant, and you see this guy running against one of the bananas, and he falls, and his head hits like a pole.
Ooh.
Like he's racing during the game.
Yeah,
and their tweet was, and I go, that is extremely funny that they did that. They tweeted, "This is why they say sign waivers." And I laughed because that guy could still, a waiver does nothing, but I admired the fact that they tipped their hat to danger or to like a little bit of like
they're effing around.
Yeah,
they're
they're
smaller.
playing
They can.
with it. Yeah, and so to me that it had the exact opposite. It made me laugh. I was like, there it is. That's fun. That's gonna be fun.
There's up where I'm from in Pittsburgh originally, back when I was a kid, there's a theme park called Sandcastle. It was a water park. And it was only open 3 months out of the year because the weather's cold as S. But there was a ride called the Plunge that was known as the Nutcracker because they would, do the math. You go down a 6-foot slide and it drops you, it's like 11 and a half feet into a pool that was like 18 feet deep. So you're just basically, you're boom, here, boom. And the big joke was they say, make sure you cross your arms and your legs. You're going to go in like a torpedo. You never did that. You would put your legs up or you'd cannonball, and hence the term Nutcracker. And,
Slap them good.
Hey, and that's fun, but I'm sure like some people got hurt and they're like, well, this shows negligence because every once in a while they're not going to follow instructions and they're going to hurt themselves and then come out and be like, you hurt my back and now you have to pay me for the rest of my life because I can't work, and it's all and then they're like, well, we can't do any of this. It's got to be the safest, simplest thing. So you dodos don't hurt your back
every
and
ride
sue us.
every ride is a carousel.
Well,
Get on the horse, go in circles.
Yeah, I hate those. I hate the
right?
double tube where you're both in the tube and it's real slow. And you're just kind of go, and you just go up the wall. I'm like, oh my God.
I want some danger.
I'd rather just sit on the lawn chair. It's the same thing.
It used to be where you're like, whoa, did I almost fly out of this thing? Where like it seemed like and they're like, hey, if I F around and I like fall off this, another tube is going to come and
crush
ram
me.
me.
Yeah, leave me paralyzed.
So don't fall off. But, now it's like, I'm sure there's sensors, and that's why they make you wait so long so that people don't mess around and fall off the tube and then get hit by the tube.
They have
behind
like the green light and the red light. I'm like, you're
Yeah,
ruined
you
it.
can get people in there every 2 seconds. Let them go.
They got rid of the yoga mat at Volcano Bay, the one where you go down the toboggan of death face first. You hold that thing and you go down the ramp.
Oh, yeah. Now
Someone
they
got
won't-
hurt. Now I'm like, we got hurt because was he trying to surf on it or something?
Yeah,
stupid?
people
Like,
stand
come on.
up, yeah.
I love that ride. Y'all took it from me. Come on, man.
People stand up, and then all it takes is one person to get hurt, and then they'll shut the ride down and like check it. And I'm like, oh God.
You know what? We should make a new rule in the United States where you can sue these places, right? But then forever, they're allowed to put a picture and the front of the ride and of the person that sued
Oh,
them.
this is the
And then
Maravilla
this
approach.
is the
this
guy.
got rid of the map.
This idiot is the reason why.
Yeah, we can't do this anymore. Here it is. Here's his name. Here's his Facebook address. And then
Goddamn.
you have to
Dox
be
him.
willing.
Get him.
Yeah, well, you just have to be willing to know that if you ruin this for everybody, then we're gonna tell everybody you ruined it.
Can we call it dodo shaming?
Yes, exactly. And now that's only if the person did this to themselves and it wasn't the company's fault, because there's plenty of, like, well, not plenty. It happened one time famously with the what's the water park? It was in New Jersey. And
Class Action Park?
yeah, Class Action Park. I forgot the name of the
Action
place.
Park.
Action Park, sorry.
Yeah,
But
he-
like
he
Action
was
Park.
referencing the documentary.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
watch that, you're like, well, the owner's responsible because the teens died and you let these things happen. Like, they're putting stuff under to launch themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was 100% the owner.
Nobody was
like
like actual engineers. It was just like his buddies. Like,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was crazy.
It was
And-
like the stuff we do.
and people are getting hurt. You weren't changing. Like, that's on that guy 100%.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about you try to surf on the mat and then you fall and hit your head and you sue and then they take the mats away. Picture of yourself
And
on the front.
if there's a sign that says "Don't do this" and you do this, that's the warning. There's a sign that says, "Hey, don't stand on this," and he goes, "I'm going to do exactly what that sign just said." No,
Yeah.
it's what we're.
Those things
Yeah, this
apparently
isn't a
don't matter.
challenge.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But here's the thing. I'm also cool with
say
if you
attractive
break
nuisance.
the rules, not getting kicked out, but you just can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't sue or anything, and it's on you. You hurt yourself or whatever. But the actual company should be like, let him say he's having fun.
Like when we were 12 playing paintball, and if somebody hit you and you got a bruise, you had to go home and be like, "No, Mom, I fell." You couldn't blame
God,
you
you're
couldn't
lying.
blame your paintball buddies. You had to be like, "No, I did this. This was an accident." Because if your mom found out we were playing paint,
Oh, you
Nope.
unplugged it.
epic failure.
I thought that was me. Hold
Kids
on.
play paintball nowadays.
I wasn't allowed. Like, I remember when paintball just came out, I wasn't allowed to play it.
That's 'cause your parents
for
loved you.
kids.
Yeah. No, but I mean, like, I had other kids that had, like, the guns and stuff. Like, my mom's like, I don't want you playing that. I didn't get to play it.
I want to tease you. Oh, your parents loved you. What was that like? Oh, they cared about your safety. Oh,
I always
It's a
wanted to
paintball.
play it. Yeah.
A ball of paint is fine.
Okay, let your boys play with it.
I
Load them
will.
up. Yeah, let them.
were you really?
Yeah, paintball. Why not?
You're awesome, dude. God, man,
What-
you're the coolest.
It's not gonna.
I'll believe that when I see it.
Yeah, me too.
You love your boys so much.
My mom,
oh.
would, I mean, my
Well,
mom
they're-
wasn't super protective, but she didn't want me shooting paintballs. I don't know why. I just wasn't allowed.
Well,
I wasn't allowed to have a BB gun, a paintball gun, none of the fun stuff.
Lucky, I wish I didn't. Oh man, all the accidents.
What do we got here,
Oh.
Joey? So you brought something from the parks.
So
Is
I
this
ran
food from the parks?
This is. I ran to the Magic Kingdom this morning for you guys. I got in
Look at
line at
that.
10 o'clock in the morning because that's when it opens.
My God.
This is something I think Sam already knows what it is because we've made this joke before. This is the single greatest snack. Churro be damned. Dole Whip be damned. These are a seasonal thing that you can only get certain times of the year. That when we joked about how good they are, and Tom goes, they're probably not that good. I ran and got them, so at least you can try them and have your own opinion. These are the famous 50th anniversary Magic Kingdom double cheeseburger spring rolls.
Yeah.
Cheeseburger spring rolls.
I went to the park. I snagged a half a dozen for you guys, and I brought the sauce. I brought you all your own because
wow.
Look
Thank
at
you.
this.
I just wanted to make sure.
This man brings us the good stuff.
I love you guys. Here, so
All
this
right,
is
let's try it.
time to snack.
All right, let's try. You want to try one, Tom?
so
I know this
these
is on
are
your
what
training
people like stand in line for. Like when they do Food and Wine Fest, everybody's running towards this.
Oh no, this isn't Magic Kingdom. This isn't
It has
Food
a
and Wine.
specific cart just for the egg
There's a
rolls.
Oh, really?
nailed it.
Okay.
There's a cart just for this, and it is the epitome of the little mom and pop shop where when they're gone, they're gone. So people get in line.
Yeah,
and
that's
that
why
line,
I could never get them.
And so that's why I was there at 10 a.m. and I made sure that I was able to get these for you guys so that you could at least see what all the buzz is about. And if you don't like them, you don't like them, but at least you can try them.
It tastes like a hamburger in a spring roll.
There you go.
Yeah,
But
fried
people-
hamburger.
People wait in line
That's
for
great.
these for, I've seen an hour and 30-minute wait for people to wait in
That's
line for
nuts.
these. It's stupid, right? But like I said, we got them, and at least now you know what they taste like, and you can have your
They're
opinion.
great. These are really good.
Yeah. But it's also
Ooh, you
like
gotta use that sauce.
it's
it's
a
the bomb.
very of course they're good. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Do you like cheeseburgers? Do you like spring rolls? There you go.
yeah. It's like fried burger.
In a wonton.
It's like everything that everybody likes. So like, salty fried food.
Boom.
But it's like now they're waiting in line for the social media aspect of like, hey, I'm eating this thing that's sought after. That's got a lot to do with it, right?
I saw a girl, and this I know that we all do.
He's
our
dying.
thing. Yeah, sorry. Oh, I'm bad today. I know that social media is what it is. I watched a girl wait in line at Gideon's Bake Shop at Disney Springs to buy almost $200 worth of brownie cookies.
Yeah.
To take pictures of them to then leave them.
What?
I said, what, you're not going to eat those? She's like, oh, no, I'm a vegan, I'm a vegetarian, I'm a health nut, I'm a fitness. I'm like, right, again, didn't answer my question. Are you going to throw these away? And she goes, no, I figure I'll leave them and someone can grab them. I'm like, right, because grabbing food from
Random
a
food. That's just sitting there.
If you don't want these, I'll give them a home.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, go nuts. $200 worth of Gideon's food for free.
That's my buddy Steve's
What
company.
was you doing?
Dude,
it
that
for?
place is so freaking
Yeah, Steve
good.
from Gideon's. We got to get him in here, Sam. If you could write that down, I got to
Okay.
reach out to him. He's such a nice man. He used to own a comic book and collectible store in the Winter Park Village called Uberbot. The same
Dude,
guy.
He's awesome.
He's just such a sweet man and just like a lovely person. He's always been very, very kind to me and my wife, just naturally. Like, he just met us and knew us as regulars of his comic shop. And then so, we'd stop in there, and then eventually he moved on to other ventures. And then when we found out who this was, he used to make just like cakes and cookies on the side. Just like for fun, and then he'd like post them up there. And then so we started ordering like some of his red velvet cakes and some of his cookies and stuff like that. And the next thing you know,
It's crazy how big he's got now.
it's so big where like people have, I think it was don't quote me on this. I'm just bragging about a buddy of ours, but I believe it was the Boston Globe or some big publication named it the best chocolate chip cookie in the world. I want to say the world, or at least North America. It's like some mega prestigious company saying, yeah, these are the greatest cookies you'll get.
I'm not going to say no to that, bro. Have you been?
Oh, many times. It's so funny that I don't really. I usually go to East End. I would go when it was at East End only, but now Gideon's is out at Disney Springs, and the branding, everything from top to bottom. Cassandra, a friend of his, does all the pottery. You can follow her on Instagram, and you can see all these handmade plates and cups that she does for Gideon's. And then I believe he's changed his name, but the branding, all the caricatures are done by a gentleman who had an art company called Terribly Odd. I have some of that art in my house. I used to be able to buy it at Hot Topic and stuff like that. You look at their story and how they put things together, there may not be a brand better in Orlando. There may not be. Like, they are really, really good at what they do.
I feel like gourmet desserts are kind of like seltzers in the fact that,
that's good.
people didn't even realize there was a market for it until someone started doing it.
Yeah.
And then exploded, like the gourmet, the over-the-top, like gigantic chocolate chip cookie that has the best ingredients that's $17, right? It's like if you told someone in 2003, like, hey, there'll be a market for $17 chocolate chip cookies, people are like, get the hell out of here, what are you talking about?
Well, like, for me,
and then, like,
I mean,
yeah, because it's a gigantic gourmet, the best cookie you've ever eaten, and people will buy
Yeah,
it.
and it doesn't take much because the ingredients are like, it's so decadent and so rich and so delicious that, like, somebody in the chat room even said, like, a quarter of a cookie is plenty.
It
That's
feeds 12 people.
Yeah, I mean, like, all you need is a couple of little bites because it's so good. You just get, and for somebody like me who's trying to eat healthy, it's really the way I should have dessert, right? I don't need a full-size piece of Publix cake that's, like 800 calories. I just need a little snick snack, a little piece. Give me a little taste, and I'll move on.
And they're jumping on. It's becoming the new popular thing is the shared meal, the shared dessert, the shared fill in the blank. It's why Disney, if you go to Disneyland and the Avengers campus, they have that $100 sandwich. People go, I'm not spending $100 on a sandwich. Idiot, it's meant to be shared by 8 people. You can spend $12.50 on a sandwich. It's meant to be shared.
Right.
And that's what these desserts, it's like, I'm not paying $20 for a cookie. Well, you're not. But you and 3 buddies can spend $5 on a cookie.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to cut it in 4s because the deal is the outside of a cookie and the inside taste different. So now you get both.
You should microdose everything, right? Like, that's the key to the enjoyment of life.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking everything.
No, I think
like,
you're right.
You know,
A little bit of everything, but never go to excess because that's when you get into trouble.
like imagine if you microdosed everything throughout the day. Could you be fine? Like, even if you had like a tiny bit of opiate or heroin
It's
at
like
lunch.
what the
a
French
little
do,
bit.
right?
Yeah, but you have to not have an addictive personality.
It's like what the French do
Well,
with,
you're gonna get it
with
the next day.
cigarettes, Like, these guys for decades, for years, have been like, after dinner, they never smoke, but they're like, you know what, tonight I feel like having a cigarette. They have one cigarette,
Yeah.
and it's like, they're fine. That's not hurting them at all.
Hey, if you're just
It's like
disciplined
me
and-
with 25 Mountain Dews. That's bad.
Dude, no, you're so lucky. I can't have caffeine. You are so lucky. I would kill to be able to enjoy caffeine like
I
you.
think I'm probably going to be told I can't have caffeine. I feel pretty confident that the reason I'm fainting is probably caffeine.
No, it's anxiety. Your caffeine.
Well, caffeine doesn't help that.
Yeah.
No, I just can't have caffeine because it turns me into a 1970s cartoon character. Like I run in circles. And it's so embarrassing.
Oh man, if it turns you into like a racist Hong Kong food, that'd be great. I would love that. If you came in here just yelling at minorities and kicking everything.
More
and
towards Bugs Bunny, but I appreciate it.
All right, Joey, let's end with your, you got a parlay today?
All right, so here's the deal, man. Tomorrow morning, I catch a flight to Vegas.
He's doing it.
If you want,
Where do you stay in Vegas?
they put me up to Bellagio.
Did you know what he's doing?
Hold on.
We haven't even talked about this yet.
Who's they?
Tell Tom what you're doing.
So a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, I was a musician that was paid very well. I got to be on a television show. Life was good for me. Still good for a different reason, but I still have my floating residency at MGM. So anytime I'm anywhere near an MGM hotel, if they have an opening for anything music related, I put my name in the ring and I say, hey, if you need a piano player or a singer, bring me in. They pay me and everything. So I'll be staying at the Bellagio for 4 nights, 5 days. I will be playing at the lobby bar at the Bellagio. I'll be singing and playing piano. So
that's so dope.
Thank you, man.
So listeners that are in that area, if you're like Cali, Las Vegas area, you could slip on down the
Bellagio lobby.
I can't say that. Bellagio. There we go. Slip on down to the lobby and see Joey and you could chirp at him and he's playing songs, maybe make a request, have a drink.
Oh, I promise. If you're a BDM, if you're a listener, if you're anybody who is listening to us right now, come by, tap on the piano, drop off a couple of bucks. I'll put you on my bar tab. You can drink all night with me.
Wow.
Dude, if you would see, they're so good to me. Like my per diem is bigger than my pay scale. They know I like to drink.
That's dope.
And so they put you up in the hotel.
Yep.
And how long do you have to play?
3 45-minute sets.
That's it, a day?
Yep.
And then he just has the hotel room, and then he's gamble crazemo.
So you're going to be gambling the whole weekend too.
What, as the Pope Catholic?
Yeah. So your game is craps, though, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say your game is crap.
He's
which
not
is,
wrong.
Is mean.
Now let's talk about craps for a second because as far as I know about gambling in a casino, the best odds in the whole casino is usually blackjack, and that is if you play by the book, right, and not count cards, obviously, because then the odds turn in your favor. But that's why they don't want you to do it anyway. So then craps is the second best odds if you know how to play, which a lot of people don't.
Craps edges out blackjack only because certain tables have different soft 17 you have to hit versus stay, splitting versus doubling down versus there's certain tables. So because the casinos change the game, it changes the odds. Craps is the only consistent game that pays better than a 1% return consistently.
Confirmed by the chat room too. Yeah.
All right, love the chat. What's up, fam?
They're saying craps is where it's at.
So, and when you're playing craps, though, like all the middle stuff, it's just like I loosely know a little bit, but never play those long shots that you shouldn't play.
The irony is that the best odds are craps, better than 1%. The worst odds in the entire casino is the field bet, which is the 2, 3, 4. 8, 9, or 9, 10. It's in the middle. It's the biggest one, and that's why it's so big.
Yeah.
It's so enticing. Like, look at all these numbers, and then you realize that it's a less than 50% return.
Right.
You're like, wait, there's only a 23.8% return. I'm going to get paid. Sounds amazing. I just lost $100. So I've seen a lot of people bet the field because they see all the numbers, but they don't realize those are the worst numbers.
So, Joey, when you're rolling the dice, because you're a math dude,
Correct.
You don't bother doing any luck mumbo jumbo, blowing on the dice.
He's a fun guy. He's fun though.
Is that fun?
I'm telling you, one of these days, man, whatever it takes, I want to.
It's fun
probably
for some people, I guess.
I probably won't be able to get you to Vegas because you're a loving husband and dad, and I can't
wouldn't
imagine
say
I can
that.
pull you
He
away.
just has no time for
Well, the crow's not going to let him go.
Yeah.
But if I could at least take you on the victory, if you would see me at a dice table. And you would see the way I command the table and the way people are like, I just want to hang out with you. What are you doing? And I'm like, I'm just drinking and doing the thing. You'd have so much fun,
Would it
bro.
make Tom uncomfortable, though, that you're having so much fun?
No, because I would absorb him into the fun like an awesome sponge of awesomeness. He'd be like, I want to be a part of this.
Do you feel like an awesome sponge of awesomeness?
If we're winning, I'll have fun.
I always win, bro.
What if you're losing? Because you've lost.
I've never lost in my life.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah,
I
well,
like that. I
that
like
is
his confidence.
statistically impossible.
And
That's
I'm-
what scares me, Joey. You're saying ridiculous mathematical things
But
that
my
don't
middle,
exist.
my middle
Like,
name is Joey Beat the Odds Mazan. How did you miss that? It's on my birth certificate, bro.
Anybody with the middle...
BTO.
BTO, I like that.
It was like saying you beat math.
I did beat math.
There is math, and there's no winning or losing. It just is what it is.
Maybe it's his
There's
fun.
understanding it. There's utilizing it or taking advantage of math. I can understand that.
He uses his fun to
you
never
can't-
lose.
I've never.
When
Haven't
you're
you
having,
seen?
some would say if you're having fun, you never lose.
I beat up Socrates live on YouTube. How did you miss it? I beat math, dude.
So I would like to just see it in person because
love you to
every
be
time
there.
someone guarantees me anything when I'm there, like for instance the White Claw fishing boat, we're like, we've
Oh,
never
man.
not caught a fish.
we have never, and we have
then
never
we're-
been skunked. So you guys are going out with we're the guys, and then we go out there, and there weren't even. I don't even think the ocean had fish in it that day.
Sam's gonna pee pee.
Oh, I had to pee so bad.
We ruined her bladder.
We-
She's
Yeah.
still going to the doctor
It's all
because of that.
United States nuclear submarine.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And
I
then
forgot about the
And then they
submarine.
got on the radio and they're like, "We will blow you to smithereens."
Keep your distance.
Yeah.
And then it's always, well, this has never happened
Yeah.
before.
And then they
so
got
I just
out-
feel like when I go and play with you, Joey, it is going to be one of those, this is the first time
Anomalies, yeah.
it's ever happened.
Then
and-
check this out. If you have fun for free, is that considered a win?
No, it doesn't
Well-
matter. It doesn't even move the needle.
Hold on, hold
He's
on.
not having
Hold
fun
on.
unless he's winning.
Hold on.
Yeah, Sam knows me.
Yeah.
She knows.
Hold
Oh
on.
my God.
Is a tie a win at a casino?
Well, if I leave with
I'm
the
not
same money,
worrying at all.
Yes.
Oh yeah, okay, oh yes, I consider that as long as because even odds are great,
Right? So if you had fun, you drank for free, I got us a driver so you wouldn't get a DUI, and you had a good time and you broke even, would you consider that a win?
Yes, I would.
Then I'll
Yeah.
cover your losses up to $1,000.
Alright.
F you, let's do this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just
God.
then I feel
This guy's
some,
a fun shark.
I am a
He's
fun
pulling
shark.
you
He's
in.
an awesome sponge.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
thank
an
you.
awesome sponge fun shark.
Listen, anybody that pays for my time, I feel like they're getting a bad deal, so I want to go above and beyond. Like,
Yeah.
for instance,
But
like,
you don't have to, boss. You're always entertaining.
Oh, he
I'll
calls
let-
you boss.
In the words of the
Yeah,
late,
but I feel
He called you boss, and I know how you love that.
If
let
I-
me entertain you.
But Joey, if I know
Oh
you're,
my God, Robbie Williams.
Bingo, you nailed it.
Yeah,
you got it.
Robbie Williams is an amazing
because
entertainer.
then I'm like, why are you doing this? Are you seducing me?
Yeah, what's the seduction?
No.
And then you come back and you're wearing a baseball hat turned to the side. I'm like, wait a minute, are you sleeping with Joey Mazan? And you're like, you got me.
you
I
could do
finally
better.
had fun.
Anybody who
Joey's fun and I love him.
chooses to hang out with me, I just think like, what's in it for them? They must be seducing me.
No, I just
My
want someone to
God.
gamble with, bro. I just want someone to hang
Is
out
that what
with.
you thought about me?
I think I'm not fun to hang out with.
I think you're pretty fun. You can be.
Sam
You just-
knows.
you lost it a
She
lot.
knew the first time. She knows this time.
I want to
lost
see
your fun.
I want the look in your eye when you're at the dice table throwing the dice and you start screaming, $25 yo, $100 hard way, Buffalo. I just want you to be screaming out these.
Buffalo.
I want to see you screaming these. I just can't wait, dude. You're gonna love
Scream
it.
Buffalo.
$32 up top. I can't wait for you to be in the moment, making money, enjoying yourself. You're gonna be like,
$32 up top, Buffalo.
I can't wait, dude. I wish I could record it to see the joy in his face. Look at him smile.
Yeah,
he
look-
knows.
Yeah,
he
because
knows.
he's imagining himself winning, and he's imagining himself with an erection right now.
Smiling at Buffalo.
Smiling Buffalo.
Then we go back, and I'm like, I thought you said there's 2 comp rooms. You're like, no, there's one.
gotta
That's not-
share a room.
Yeah.
And
They
then-
told me 2
Yeah,
queens.
then it becomes a stepmom scenario where you're like, I
No.
guess we can stay in here. It's like it's not cheating if you just put it inside and don't move.
I got 2
I've
queens.
seen them.
I got 2 queens in the room. They gave me
but
one.
they always
king.
move.
Yeah, they're just like, stay still. Oh God! Well, now that we're there, might as well, finish this. Oh my God, bigger than your father. Like, I know all these.
Don't even tell me that. Why?
Yeah, don't.
You ruined
I
it a
didn't
little
want to
bit.
think about my dad. I blocked him out. Oh God! Now it's smaller than my mom.
Oh man. Oh, and I got a bet too. If you want it, I'm gonna go out there and throw. So once you pull 10K away from a casino, it shows up on the blip. So I'm gonna throw $153.65 on the Pittsburgh Steelers to win the Super Bowl at plus 6,600. 153 and some change gets me $9,980. You want in?
It's a horrible bet,
he
Joe.
hates it.
Like, I will give any amount of money to anybody if that happens.
This is where he gets mad. After sex, he's yelling at you. He's like, "That's a stupid bet."
If old Mason Rudolph wins the Super Bowl,
There's not
If he, I'm going to put this bet out there because we did it last year. Will you join me in Vegas for a party weekend? Just the two of us go there and party our faces.
Joey will never do it. He'll never
I'll
do it.
join anybody in any weekend if the Pittsburgh Steelers win the Super Bowl this year.
All right,
my
there you
God.
go. There's the
It will
bet.
100% never happen.
We're flying to Vegas for a T&D Does LV show. It's going to be great.
I love it.
I'll pay for everything.
Well, Joey, how can people find you if they want to? Because a lot of people don't realize you take people on private tours to these theme parks. You know them in,
Yeah, I've
in
sent
and
a couple
out.
people his direction.
And
yeah.
if you you may hate the theme parks, you may not know how to navigate them. That's probably why you dislike them. If you go with Joey, trust me when I tell you, it's a different experience. It's completely different.
Thank you
because,
kindly.
Well, you just know your way around. It's like going to IKEA with my wife. She knows all the shortcuts, so I can get in and out of there, no lie, in like 7 minutes.
That's a
But if
gift.
I go by myself, it's horrifying, right? It's all in what you know.
Also, Joey is the most positive person
So
I've
nice.
ever hung
He's
out
so
with.
nice.
So I feel like. Here's what I like about Joey. He'll never make me feel awkward, ever. Like
He doesn't want that.
He's a people pleaser, so he will never make you feel awkward and never make you feel like you're doing something that is annoying him. He'll never, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of thing that makes me not want to hire, like, a tour guide because I'm like, I wanted to go to this ride. And the guy's like, oh. You know, and then
Of course you did. That's so basic, bitch.
or like I feel like awkward or I'm like hassling him if they're like showing me around. I'm just gonna follow this person. 'Cause I'm not
Yeah,
gonna.
Joey's not like that.
No. Joey's he's the best tour guide I could refer anybody to.
Everybody in
You're
the
the
chat
coolest.
room seems to think that you and Joey combining forces, that he might be instrumental as one of the only people that could make you have fun.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, a lot of
No,
people
no.
are. They kind of like a lot of people are saying that when Joey comes in, he forces you to not overthink things a little bit.
No, because Joey, he's too nice. I need someone to bully me into having fun a little more.
We try to bully you into having fun.
No, but I need like the stereotypical, like the bully takes you to Vegas and then pure pressures you to
Yeah.
do things you don't want to do.
Oh, ruin your life.
Yeah. They're like,
a
I
face tattoo."
hired these hookers.
Yeah,
And I'm like, no, I don't want that.
exactly. And I
they're
got
like,
some
"You're doing-
cocaine."
Oh, what are you? Oh, little girl, the one hookers. and then
Little
pure,
girl doesn't want hooker.
and then they force me to do it. Anyway, that's the kind of fun I like.
All right, now we know.
All right, bye.